Welcome back to day 24 of the 30-day challenge. Today, we're going to be building this coffee subscription site. If you're new here, hi, my name's Zoe. I'm a software engineer and former university professor who loves teaching folks how to code. If you're interested in learning how to code and starting a career as a front-end developer, check out our bootcamp that's linked in the description below. But without further ado, let's hop into day 24 of the challenge. All right, so yeah, what we're going to be building is just this really sort of straightforward coffee subscription website. So kind of like if you've ever gone through like a HelloFresh type of website or something like that, it's a similar vibe. So basically, you're going to be able to create a plan, go through your preferences about how you like to drink your coffee, etc., and then it'll basically create a plan for you to check out with and then purchase a coffee subscription. So that's what we're going to be working on. We're going to be focusing on the logic mostly, and then we'll throw in the design at the end. So let's get started. If you do want to follow along, this is a challenge from Front End Mentor as usual. It's one of their premium challenges, so you do need to have a subscription to them in order to use it. But yeah, you can follow along and sort of apply the same sort of styles and stuff like that. Maybe just use a different product. And then if you want to access the starter kit, I'll link that down below as well. So yeah, hopping into it. First things first, I'm just going to clean out the styles that we have here, default styles. And yeah, let's hop onto the first page. So first page, I'm also going to change the style here to a light theme because this is a light themed website. I notice it does make a difference in terms of the material UI components. So yeah, on the page, we have this sort of like header and stuff like that, but really what I want us to focus on is this accordion sort of selection section here that ultimately leads us to this modal with the information. So I really want us to kind of hone in on that. So in order for that to work successfully, what we need to do is start with sort of this accordion format. And I think the best thing might be for us to quickly whip up some data and go from there. So I think what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you guys today how we're going to make that data.json. So I'm going to create an array with objects, and we're going to say first object is going to be preferences. Actually, yeah. I'm going to do we'll go capsule, filter, espresso. And I'm just going to do the sort of basic data so we can get started, and then we can always spruce it up at the end. Okay, so preferences, I'm going to say bean. It's going to be single origin, decaf, or blended. I'm actually just going to type this correctly just to make our lives a little bit easier. Quantity. Grind option. Whole bean. Filter. Cafeteria. And then the last one, deliveries. Every week, every 2 weeks, every month. Perfect. All right, cool. So we have the basic data that we're going to work with. We can add in the description and things like that later, but in terms of building out the sort of accordion and the logic there, we've got what we need. All right, so let me hop into the app now, and we're going to go ahead and open up the home page. I want to make this section on its own, and then I want to pass it to the order summary. I think that's probably the best idea. So I'm going to create another component. And I'm going to call it, what shall we call it? Let's call it Coffee Quiz. All right. And basically we're just gonna use a series of drop downs and selects in order to get this essentially. So yeah, I think we can use an accordion component from Material UI as we've used in our previous, some of our previous tutorials. Yeah, that should be fine. We should be able to use that. So I think what I'll do is I'll borrow this code. We'll start with that. Cool. We'll start with that and I'll import it in here. Coffee Quiz. All right. Oh, and I do not have the icons. We'll skip the icon. Okay, cool. So we have our initial accordion. Cool. Click, opens and closes. Awesome. Looks great. What we want to do now, okay, so that's the summary. So yeah, for each accordion, what we want to do is we really only need one accordion. Yeah, we only need one accordion. And what's going to happen is in the accordion details, we'll have 3 buttons. And those buttons will get passed the details of, or the information, the title essentially from the data, and then once you select one, we'll pass that data up to wherever we're holding our larger data. So I'm going to say new file, quiz button, and then I'm going to say box. I'm gonna say this is before they're selected. They look like this. Fill is this. We're going to be passing in the value string and selected value string. And basically, value and select value. If value equals selected value, then we want it to be this color instead. Oops. Else we want it to be that color. And so we'll do that with that, and then the text. So it's going to be this if it's regular, and we'll say color. Oops. Oops. Okay. Value equals selected value. If yes, we want it to be this. We want it to be white. If no, we want it to be that like dark blue. Okay, cool. So we have that. And then we'll add in some padding. As I said, we can add in the like information sort of stuff after, but for now we're just trying to get it the basics work, the basics showing up. Okay, cool. So quiz button. And then I think in the data.json, we're going to have preferences and we're going to have question. And the question is going to be these questions. Whoops. Copy. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. No, yeah. Okay, we'll say, yeah, no, it has to be better than that. So what I did with the data, I didn't actually do it very well. I think I should do section is preferences, options, are these, and then the question is that, right? So then, yeah, each one will have consistency. Oops. And that's going to be way better and way easier for us to work with. Yeah, I think that's a better bet there. We'll say question. And then we can say preferences bean. Quantity. Options. Question. Okay, cool. So now, yeah, I have a little bit more structure there. So for the coffee quiz, we're going to import data from data.json, cool. And then we want to take data and we want to map through it. So we're going to say data.map. And actually, I want an accordion for each. So that's going to go inside too. And then we're going to return. Good. Okay. So for each question, for each item, we'll say key equals item dot section. That's going to be unique. And then we'll say for accordion whatever that title that was going to be, it's going to be item dot question. And then in the details now, we want to say item dot options dot map, because options is an array. For each option, we want to go ahead and return a quiz button, with the key being the option. Can the key just be the option? Yeah, the key could just be the option. Oh, and we need the value equals option. And then the selected value, now that is going to come when we select. We select the value. Select the value is going to go. All right, so what we're going to do, how should we do that? How should we do that? Because there's going to have to be some way for us to map. Maybe I'll take, no. Item.options.map. Let's just say const selected value, set selected value. Say, let's say, turn this into a client component. Save that, and we'll say selected value equals selected value. And we'll figure that out as we go through it. Okay, so awesome. Right now we have how do you drink your coffee? We should actually use the value. Okay. How do you drink your coffee? Capsule, filter, espresso. So far so good. It's working. What we want to do now is display these in a little bit more of an interesting manner. So we'll say display flex. Awesome. And then we'll say justify content, space between. Awesome. What else can we do here? We can set the border radius. Let's say border radius 0.5 rem. Awesome. And then I think what I want to do on my page is actually drop a container. Medium. Save that. Awesome. So we just have this section to kind of think about. Cool. And then how do I want to set it to be selected? Value equals set selected value. We'll say set selected. Okay. Awesome. Okay, less awesome. But not too bad. Okay. All right, we'll work with that for now. I think the important thing, well, the thing that we want to figure out next, we'll actually figure out this problem. So the thing that we need to figure out next is how do we get it to our summary page. Right? Because we have all of this, and then there's like this order summary component, right? So I drink my coffee is this with that, with that. So I think what we're going to have to do is set the option based on the section. I think that's probably what's going to have to happen. So summary is going to have to take in some props. It's either that we set the entire order. Ooh, that could work if we set the entire order to. So what I'm thinking is if we pass in the section equals section, and then the buttons, section is a string, and section, why is this giving me an error? Oh, item.section, sorry. And then on click, we set the selected value to be whatever the value bracket section order dot section value. Something like that. That's what I'm thinking. We just modify the order. So we say const order set order use state. It's an object, and it's going to have a few properties. So it's going to have, let's look at our data, preferences, bean, quantity, grind, and deliveries, right? So preferences, bean, quantity, grind, and deliveries. All right, so that's going to be the order. Preferences, being, quantity, grind, and deliveries. And if we pass in the order as well, we're passing in a lot of stuff. If we pass in the order, I think we can get rid of some of this stuff actually once we figured it out. Order is of this type, and then order why is this mad? Order property of preferences. Oh, would help if I finish typing it. Set selected value, or really it would be set order. Really what we want to do is just modify order. On click, order equals order brackets section equals value equals value. const handle click. So on click, what we want to happen is we'll take order section. Any type. Element explicitly has any type. I do want it to have any type. Let's look this up. We'll say object assign. Could do that. Okay, so that should work. What about this? Okay, that caused an error. Is that you have to put it in quotes? Yes, that's what it is. Okay. Property section. Okay, so it's a data issue again. What if we say any? We really don't need set order either. We could just say order equals an object. That's also what we could do. Oh, that's where it is. I was like, where's the any coming from? Or the lack of, like, why is any not working? Because I have typed it in the other place as well. Right. Let me take off Okay. Handle click order section equals value. I wonder if it needs to be like this. I think it does. I think this will work. All right, so now if I console.log order, let's inspect and see what happens. All right, so right now it's undefined. Okay. Which makes sense because it's literally nothing. Should probably start off as an object. Okay, cool. Start off as an object. Then we say capsule. Single origin. Oh, maybe I should put that in here. Okay, good. Good. Okay, so that's exactly what I want to happen. It's basically defining the, yeah, that's exactly what I want to happen. It's defining what the, yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. So yeah, we just basically assigned different values to different properties of the object based on what's clicked. And so now we have this object with all of our options. We can just use that for our actual order, which is, that's exactly what I want to happen. All right, so yeah, the thing I want to do now actually is we have the coffee quiz. I could either prop drill, I could use state. I think I don't really need to like install Ascend and do all this stuff. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hoist the order to the main page. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to say use client. I'm going to import use state. I'm going to pass in order equals order. And honestly, it doesn't need to be all of this. It can just be this. And then this is going to take in order. Oops. Okay, and order is going to pass all the way through. Perfect. So it should still do the same thing. We'll double check, make sure we didn't completely break it. Capsule filter, awesome, perfect. So that's working as expected. Let's move forward. So we now want to pass this information to our summary. And that's why I put it here, because I want to actually put the summary here on the main page. So we're going to import our summary. And our summary is basically going to be this section right here. We can use this section, we can do the modal, doesn't really matter. But basically, I guess we could pass this to the modal when we click create my plan. But basically what it is, just this box. So we'll start with this background color. So we'll say it has some padding. And then it has title. And then it has this sentence. So this is going to be where we pass in all of those properties. Type of bean. Cool. All right, so then we're going to pass in the order. take in order. Why am I typing it if I'm going to use any? We could type it properly later. And so order is going to be order dot filter, order dot preferences dot bean, order dot quantity, grind, and deliveries, order dot quantity, order dot grind, order dot deliveries. Okay, and we're going to pass in order. Now the one thing that's going to screw this up is if the data, the titles are not correct. So what I want to do is I want to, in the button, section.to lowercase. So that when they pass through, they're going to be lowercase. So then we have our summary order, and that should show up there. Awesome. And then we need to set the colors for the summary. I also did not need any of these dollar signs. Color. Good. Set that. Good. Okay. And then we'll say and then what size is this? 24. Save that. Okay, cool. And then we only want to display this order dot preferences if we have something to summarize. Otherwise, we don't want it to display anything. Okay, cool. So let's take our coffee quiz. So if I drink my coffee in a capsule, let me refresh. Drink my coffee in a capsule. Oh, it's not working. Single origin. Oh, no. All right. Let's see if it's an issue of this or if it's an issue of something else. Oh, it seems like this page actually just keeps running. Oh, okay, it's just not. Oh, that's my own fault. Oh, but it's not updating. Interesting. Okay, so that's probably why I was thinking set order. How should we handle this? Because it's updating, it's just, or it's setting itself, it's just not updating. What if we just did the modal? I know I'm playing around with the design at this point, but what if we just did the modal? Rather than just that like summary at the bottom? If we did this instead. think this is what we're going to do. Let's do this. Then we'll say set show modal. We're going to go show modal. Set show modal. Props. Open is going to be show modal. On close. Set show modal to false. Okay, so that's going to be the modal. I'm going to borrow this summary stuff in a second. I'm going to say order, yep, order summary modal. And then I'm going to say const show modal, set show modal, use state, false to start. And then we're going to pass in set show modal to the coffee quiz, because it's going to be that that create my plan. And we also need to pass it here so we can close it. We also need to pass show modal. Okay, cool. In the coffee quiz, we'll take in set show modal. Cool. And then we'll add the button down here. And it will be, what does it say? Create my plan. So we'll add a button here. We'll say button, create my plan. And then we'll say on click. On click will, on click will set the order. Or no, order will already be good. We'll just say set show modal to true. And that should be all we have to do, actually. I'm gonna steal this and put that in here. I don't know why this has that there. We're gonna we're gonna pass it style, or sorry, pass it order as well, because we do need that. Need to know what we're talking about. Okay. There we go. And yeah, that should work. That should work. I think it should work. All right, so nice. Okay, so it shows up. Capsule, single origin, 250 grams, whole bean, every week. No, it still doesn't update. Okay. What I think we might have to do is actually use the use state. So we'll say order, set order, use state. And then set modal to true, set order to be order. So I'm passing in order. I didn't pass set order, so we should pass set order. I'm wondering if I'm going to cause a circular dependency here. Or just like an infinite set of refreshing. That'll break everything. Let's find out. Okay, so let's try it now. I really don't have to go through all of them, but... Ah, there we go. It works, and it doesn't seem to be endlessly refreshing. Let's check the network tab. No? All right, cool. So I think we did it correctly. I think we're good to go. let's style it up a little bit and make it look like a thing. All right, so the other thing I want to check is selected value. How do I get selected value? Yeah, because we're not getting that little green on the button, which would be nice. Yeah, we're not even setting the selected value. On click, handle click, order dot section equals value, order if order dot section if order dot equals value, set selected value. That's not quite what I want to do. It has to be more local than that. So const selected value equals order dot section. Right? Let that import. Order dot section. If value equals selected value. I don't know if it's going to work. It might need to be set. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Oops, what do I want to do? Okay, let's forget about this for now. Let's go back to our modal and style that up. So for the modal, we want to have this order summary box. So we want two sections. The ultimate background color will be that, but then in this upper section, it's going to be this, and then the title is going to be order summary. Cool. And okay. Cool. So I say create my plan. Awesome. The box within the modal will say max width 30, no, let's say 50 view width, max height, 50 view height. So that way it doesn't take up the whole page. And then we want to say display flex, justify content center, and align items also to the center. Okay, awesome, looking good. And then order summary. We want text to be this color. It's actually that, except for these spans. Which color is going to be this green. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So if I say capsule, single origin, 250 gram, whole bean, every week, create my plan. Awesome. So it works. Needs a little bit of styling, but it works. Cool. So let's give it some margin. 56. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Okay, we'll say margin 3rem. Say margin 3rem. Not on padding. I think I'll take out the yellow. I think it's only applicable for the French cafeteria. Sent to me every week, and then when you click off, it closes. Fantastic. That works really well. Number. Should be TypeScript. Where is it getting type number from? Okay, weird. Try that. Ooh, we get an error now. Okay, that's better. Setting preferences. For undefined. Okay, so what if I start it off as an object? If that doesn't work, I'll just leave it alone. Okay. We got one. Can I create property bean? Bean. String caps. Oh, okay. So then let me. Okay. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Interesting that it wouldn't just. I'm probably doing something wrong here. But it's half working. Yeah, that makes sense. Go back to object.assign. Target, source, target. Let's say object.assign. So say const view selections assign value. Oh no, that doesn't work at all. All right, there's definitely a way to do this. I might have to do a follow-up for that. Let's add in a couple of styles for now and finish this up. All right, so now that we have that section complete, let's see how we can finish up these styles. So we have this upper section here. We have another section up here. Let's see if we can add these in real quick and just make it a bit more of a finished piece. So I'm going to close out these. I'm going to go back to my main page. I'm going to say, actually, sorry, one thing I'm going to do with the quiz, with the accordion, I'm going to say actually, we'll leave that alone for now. What I would set, I'll give some styles to is this button. We'll say this color. Say font weight. And then Good. And then we'll say, good. Good. Okay. Cool. Much better. All right, on the main page now, let's drop in an image here. And the source is going to be somewhere in this publics folder. Plan, order summary, modal top, steps. Ah, here it is. Copy relative path. Oops. Take away that. I will say alt is coffee cup. I will say height 100, width 100, style. Height is 100%. Width is also 100%. Okay, that's pretty small. Oh, it's a pretty small image. I guess that's just a not a great quality image. Interesting. Okay. Nothing you can do about that. And actually, what I probably should do, probably make it a background. Yeah, I should probably make it a background image on here. That'll work a little bit better because we're gonna have to have some text on top of it. So we'll say typography, and it's gonna be this bit here, create a plan. 72, create a plan. Cool. And then we'll have a second typography element. It's going to be down here. Copy that. Get rid of these. Good. Say color. Good. We'll give it some padding. Perfect. don't like that as much. Let's get rid of that. Okay, cool. Decent. Not too bad, not too bad. Seg border radius. Cool. I think that's what's also missing from the accordion. The edges are too sharp. Yeah. Okay, so we have that. Margin. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is more of just like a component that you can use to add to whatever site you want to do. You could also do something like having these be on separate pages, so that you can really just build out each, like it's like a one page, then you click and it brings up the next page. That would actually be better in terms of setting the selected item, because like for instance, one thing we could do in order to get the selected item is on click, we set selected value to be value, right? So that's one way we could just force the green, right? But it's only going to work while that is green, right? So, but if we had it on separate pages, then it would work for every single option. So that's just something to think about as you expand on this. But I don't want this to go on too long. You've seen me build a bunch of landing pages before, so the rest is pretty self-explanatory. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe. And if you want to see the rest of the videos in this playlist, I'll link it up here so you can check those out. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.